Thank you, Madam Chair. Good morning, Ms. Sohn. Regarding your letter, you're recusing yourself on two major media issues. And as you know, one of the matters you have recused yourself is retransmission consent. Chairwoman Rosenworcel recently finished her confirmation process, and she noted that she is supportive of a rulemaking review of retransmission consent issues. And in her written responses, she observed that given the changes in this market during the last several years, the FCC should first refresh the record to inform efforts to complete the rulemaking Congress requested in 2014. Earlier, you said that your 3 to 4 year recusal on many of these issues, as I understood it, it wouldn't matter because these issues wouldn't come up too soon. But if the FCC does revisit this matter, as the chairwoman would like, does your recusal on this major issue mean that you won't be able to weigh in at all?
So let me clarify exactly what I've agreed to recuse to. So for 4 years, starting from the beginning of my term, which, by the way, began last July, okay, so the clock has already started to run, I am recused from participating in 1071, which is a 12-year-old docket that hasn't been refreshed since 2014, or any proceeding or any related proceeding that raises the exact same issues. So if the proceeding that the chairwoman has agreed to do fits that category, okay, obviously it wouldn't be 1071, it would be something new. If it addresses the same issues, for pretty much 3.5 more years, I would not be able to participate. And I'm not sure my participation would absolutely be necessary because I'm not sure with a petition, a notice of proposed rulemaking, she'd probably get a 4-0. For 3 years, I am, again, starting from last July, so the clock is already running. We're already a half year into it. And if I'm confirmed, I probably won't be confirmed until, who knows, April, May, maybe later. So almost a whole year goes by. I'm not allowed to I've voluntarily recused myself from participating in any retransmission consent related items or broadcast TV related items. So yes, that 3-year commitment certainly would cover that, I would think.
You know, this is really a pertinent issue. You brought up rural issues just a little bit ago about things that we face, you know, carriage disputes and TV blackouts. Those are things across the board that we see, but I hear frustration about that back home. So are those issues that you think that the commission's going to be able to pass 4-0, 3-1? And well, if so, that kind of counters
well, Senator, let me address
earlier comments that you made about the commission being deadlocked.
Yeah, let me address that. I cannot think of one instance where the full commission has decided a carriage dispute. To the extent that those are ever brought before the FCC, they usually are resolved even before the Media Bureau would be the one to resolve them in the first instance, okay? It would only be if one of the parties didn't like the Media Bureau's decision that it would go up to the full commission. But I actually can't think of, and maybe somebody else can think of, I can't think of one instance, and I've been doing this for 30 years, where a carriage dispute ever went up to the full commission. In fact, I can't even remember a carriage dispute being resolved by the Media Bureau. It might have been brought before the Media Bureau, but usually the parties, because there are marketplace pressures, usually resolve it. It's interesting. So in 2014, when I was at the FCC, we put out a further notice of proposed rulemaking that was based on that petition, by the way, that I filed, that talked about possible changes to the retransmission consent regime and other things like syndicated exclusivity, so on and so forth.
I do have one more point.
Okay, we never move forward because it's so complicated. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. I'll shorten it.
You know, I realize that you're recusing yourself voluntarily on the retransmission consent and the broadcast copyright issues, I believe. And you've made sure that your recusal does not impact Section 202H of the 96 Telecommunications Act. Did any part of the LOCAS settlement directly or indirectly affect media ownership issues?
It did not, and just to be clear, the Office of General Counsel at the FCC, the ethics officials there, they did see the settlement agreement, and they determined it required no additional recusals on my part.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Senator Tester? Or Senator Peters? If not, Senator Blackburn?